It's the Initiates. We back for a Sunday classic to discuss the mastermind attention, man. As attention, whatever you pay attention to grows. Got the bros. See, I'm a poet. You ain't even know it, man. Representing hoodmystic.com, man. I let my bros introduce themselves, let you know what's going on, man.
What's up with the chat? How y'all doing tonight? It's your boy AD. Go ahead, rap with me on Flame Shop, flameonshop.com, flameonshop.com. Rap on me, get your urban nootropics. Hit me up on 7 more. And check out what the guys got going. The brothers got new books on the way. Got Big Bro with his book out. So just make sure you check them out. You get them at the clubmeandchange.com or White Rabbit at hoodmystic.com.
Yeah, and check up that left hand corner. Hit that QR code for the Flame On Shop. Whenever you're watching this video, tap in, tap in, tap in. It's flameonshop.com or just hit that QR code to get uploaded and preloaded on what they need to know. Rob, what's good?
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. I appreciate the love and the space y'all giving us once again. Flameonshop.com. Journey to the Being is currently in stores right now. We got a dope sale for the holidays on at Flame On Shop. You get 5 of the new tropics in store for $55. Once again, that's 5 for $55, and that's only for a limited time offer. It ain't gonna be available, so get it while you can. Other than that, let's get to it, fellas. It's been a while.
Yes, sir. Peace, it's Breeze. Follow me on Instagram, JABRIJI.
Mm.
And yeah, thanks for rocking out with us
Yep,
this
yep.
this Sunday evening. It's gonna be a good
Right there, right there. You're welcome.
Hey, Rob, what's this right here? What's this talking about? Rob, what's that? You hear me?
That's the card that goes to the website and it goes to the book being available on Amazon as well as the website.
Tap into that QR code, pause the video, hit that QR code, tap into what's the book called?
Journey to the Being by Racine Maurice. Journey to the Being.
Type shit, man. So where y'all want to start this off? Go ahead, AD.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, what Roger showed was a blink card for the people who really want to build your business or want people to contact you, or you just don't have your own business card. You can build your virtual one with the blink card. It's helped me out, so let it help you.
Yes, man. Where y'all want to start this conversation off at? Like, how's y'all week been in reference to new moon to full moon, with today being a full moon? Like, unpack this week so far for y'all, if y'all have some reflective energy going on.
I started off, man, it's been exhausting. It's been exhausting, and if it ain't my life, it's a family member's life. You feel me? It's just a lot of shit being uprooted, people transitioning, people getting indicted, people uh just being met with the shit, being met with what they've been reaping, or what they've been sowing. Also say it's been eye-opening, time. I will also say too that it's been reminding me that if you know better, why not do your best to get it right the first time? You know, don't always bet on, oh, it'll be a tomorrow. We got time. You ain't got time. All you got is right now, and it's up to you to make the most out of right now. That's the biggest thing that I got, and just realizing how much time I've been wasted in life, you know. Um, so it's been a really psychic, emotionally taxing new moon and full moon for me.
I second and third that. Um, yeah, today is the day of my mother's birthday. You know, she just made transition a few weeks ago. Um, and the only thing I've been reminded within this retrograde season and within this time at the end of the Western calendar year is shit ain't always about you. As a matter of fact, shit is never about you. So, um, I've been focused in on that energy and just trying to be proper and show up for people as best I possibly can.
Ashe, I'm on the breeze with that. Like, just when you not seeing where you not paying attention to your time and stuff, because it's like within this week for me is really about having a really type of voluntary attention. And what I mean by that, like having a particular focus and paying attention to it and like really honing in on it. And for me, it's just been like the gym, back home, study, go to the gym, work, study. It's like really trying to have my attention like bring me what I'm sowing and reaping, because it's like your thoughts, the things that you distract you, all the other things are going to really have you out of order, and then you'll like feel out of order because your attention has just been involuntary. And what I mean by that is just like you're aware, but you're not having no focus in mind. You kind of just getting distracted easily, pulled away this way. It's like you take something out the fridge, and you be like, "Damn, where the juice go?" And it's on the counter. It's like that's how some people weeks been. And relation to mine's like it was like that till like, oh, like okay, I'm not paying attention. This and this, let me do this. The stuff will stack up on you, and it's like I got to get through this pile. But like breaking things down into small sections and eating it like a plate of food has been helping me out though.
Yeah, man. This week for me have been very interesting as far as spiritual understanding. And it's a lot going on, like, I guess, exoterically, like on the outside, where like the transitions and things that people are going through and stuff like that. But for me, I've been really trying to figure out the simulation, and like I will hear information, and at first I'm like, man, this is kind of complex or hard to dissect, and then I'll just wake up and have an understanding of it. It's like the more that I realize that this is a simulation, the more that I'm waking up in my dreams and being very lucid and very aware of the subtle other dimensions that exist within like the spiritual self, like the places that the spiritual self go, and the dimensions to where death don't really exist. So it's for me it's different, like in a way where I feel extremely enlightened in a sense of like I had this experience where I did research and then I seen a reel that basically had all of my research that I just did. I thought was just the newest, hottest shit, and it's just like another nigga just said it like 2 months before me, but it just my algorithm just showed me that video at this time, and it's like it's been information that I never fully understood or fully got. That shit is like child's play to me. So it's like I feel very not like smart, but I feel like my intelligence is increasing and my ability to decipher the matrix and understand the singularity and just basically understanding that it's a mathematical equation that you have to basically solve. Everything is based upon attention and what you really focusing on. So I think it's very appropriate that this week in the book Mastermind, it was talking about attention because my next question to the panel, what have you been paying your attention on? I put a poll in the chat to say, have this week been exhausting? And 100% of that poll says yes. So, you know, what's the solution and what have y'all been putting y'all attention on outside of the crazy shit that's been going on?
My shadow. um, I consistently journal every day, past 14 days. And it's been making stuff a lot more clear. It's been reminding me why it's so important. I will also say that I fell off of journaling, you know, for a good amount of time, and I kind of forgot about how beneficial it is, um, to really just take all of your 15 minutes, you know, of any day, and just to sit down and reflect. Um, yeah, I would say that has been very beneficial. Is made the exhaustingness make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like I've seen where like I've been misplacing my energy, or I see where I've been at a dead end with certain thinking. Like for instance, one thing is just, you know, thinking that you really got time, you know, um, because that thinking of, oh, it's always gonna be next day or the next day, I feel like that's gonna put you in a situation where you're never gonna get it done because you always looking at, oh, it's gonna be the next day, it's gonna be the next day, or even, for religious people, like a good question is always like, if you die today, you think you're going to heaven or hell, and you get different answers. Um, but you shouldn't be betting on like the next life. Just do the shit now. Just do it now.
Ashe.
Not getting so complacent. I'll say that too. Go ahead, dude.
For me, it's just meditation and just a different practice from it. Like instead of just sitting down and doing the breath work, I've been working on doing different practices with it, and that's like, of course, through forms of working out and just my martial art, but like just using that to push me in the gym to work hard and have a different perspective because it's like it's so much going on, and it's like all I've been thinking about is crypto training and esoteric studies. It's like I'm like, man, like, because most of the time what we pay attention to sometimes manifests in our life through the
Right.
music, shows, things that we read. So I'm like, okay, like if I think about the law of averages. So I'm like, okay, if I increase my ratio of building my time of reading, building my time of studying, building my time of working out, these things will really open up in my life more and more through a practice of etiquette and manifestation. So it's just like, and with the people around me too. So it's just like I just been really focused on that because it's like, man, if I could really learn this crypto really well, take my time with it and everything else around me, I'll be able to really help my community and give value to people and just learn. So that's just my real big focus, and I've been trying to really make it digestible though through small steps instead of like trying to do this one thing that's going to equate to a giant thing. Whereas it's like, no, I need to do this small thing that's going to constantly build up everything else, having a real system. So it's just like focus on that really hard, different than I've been instead of like, oh, I'm gonna just do this, I'm gonna do that. Like really having attention, like, okay, this action is going to reap and sow this. So what is the seed that's going to come from it? Like I really been trying to think like that and be in that energy.
I've been thinking about that concept that Hood likes to say very often, and it goes in line with my shadow work. That's what I've been focused on for the past month or so. But um, don't be afraid to be great. So I just been thinking about all the things that I'm capable of doing and the things that the people I work with are capable of doing, and just thinking about how to turn that cooperation into a conglomeration of beings that all have one goal in mind. And so the way I view it is the only way one something like that is possible is if you put the work in that you have to put in. You can't focus on and think about what people are and are not doing. But you got to constantly ask yourself, are you doing everything that you could possibly be doing? And I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied to a point of just doing whatever it is that I can do without pushing myself to go further. So I've had a lot of nights up late and a lot of things that I have been writing down and trying to put together. The one thing I'm focused on is, like I said in my first intro, is just being capable of showing up for people even when they don't expect you to. And I wholeheartedly just believe in being a servant. I spent the majority of my fucking existence only caring about what I wanted. And that shit is whack. Like, I could be honest with y'all and tell y'all that shit is whack. I had my fun. I ran the streets. I did all kinds of shit that most people wouldn't do in their whole entire lives. But I can tell you right now, I'm over it. And I'm just at that point in my life where I just want to be a part of something bigger. So that's what my focus has been.
Indeed, indeed. Because this, as they say, man, failure and faith is on the same spectrum. You can't have one without the other. Uh, and then also with the things that we pay attention to is the real things. So if a Tahiti vacation is something that you don't pay attention to or concentrate on, you ain't gonna never experience it. So certain thoughts should be held by the person who actually want to experience it. So I'm really just challenged to really think different about my situation, about my life, and how, like, what is the optimal presentation for me. And so for me, my attention has been more into what is it going to take to reach something specific. So I got close to 10,000 Instagram subscribers. So for 2025, I want to have 100K. So in order to have 100,000 subscribers, you need to post 4 times a day, every day, engaging content. And so what I'm paying attention to is just taking everything that I've done and creating content around it and posting 4 times a day, every day, videos, because I get more followers from videos. But my posts go to my subscriber base. So just understanding that whenever I wanted to grow my channel, it grew through videos. So I got to really challenge myself to, if I have an idea for a video, do it. You know what I mean? Just don't sit on ideas. So for me, that's kind of where my attention have been, um, a real finite, definite goal that I know I can achieve because shit, I remember freaking a black and mild walking up and down the street trying to, catch the bus. You know what I mean? So I know that this spiritual shit is real, and I know that dreams can come true. But I feel like complacency. 2024 taught me a lot about what complacency look like or negative thoughts look like, and I'm done with that. I want to see what like I've been really opening my mind to a lot of different shit. And if it's a real singularity, then it should be a mathematical equation that can get me into a threesome and a high rise loft overlooking the ocean. It should be a mathematical equation that would put me in that
Yes.
scenario.
Quantum mechanics.
Yes. Yes.
Did you just say a mathematical equation that was going to put you in a high rise?
Yeah, having a threesome.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out how they eat ass through the phone. Like I'm on that
What?
one right now.
Nah, but if you understand, if you can get into the study and the awareness of all things, it's a mathematical equation,
Mm-hmm.
right? The result of us having this conversation is a result of a mathematical equation.
Mm-hmm.
If you stand up, that's a result of a mathematical equation because you are matter, and everything is math around you. So if you understand math and you understand that everything is a plus or a minus, it's you compare you just doing math basically your whole day. You doing probability, right? Most of your life is just a exercise in probability. If I do this, what's the chances of that? And if you really think about it, you can put yourself into whatever position that you want to be in based upon utilizing probability, like rolling dice, but you have to be intentional and you have to be faith based. See, I feel like my problem, I can only speak for myself. If I don't put myself in that position, it ain't gonna never happen for me.
Right here when you get a chance.
I like
Yeah.
how
Go ahead.
you brought that
Yeah.
up with the mathematical equations
I believe
and
that's
like
coming.
rolling the dice.
I just walked over there looking for notes.
But let's say we roll the wheel, right? Or spin the wheel. Because that made me think about this particular card, the fortune card. He's slow.
What was that last thing you said? You want me to share the screen? Hold on, give me one
Yeah, the
second.
fortune card. Yeah, I got it up whenever you're ready.
All right, this up.
Yeah, so when you was talking about that mathematical equation, when you think about the fortune card, the Hebrew letter representing this card is called, I'm pretty sure, Kaf, which is mean the palm in our hand. So therefore, we create our own destiny. So when we think about that mathematical equation, what if I told you all the steps and moves and actions you make along with your attention is sooner or later going to give you a formula that's going to end up in the equaling this? Basically, what Hood said is like the mathematical equation with us right now. We all had to do some type of steps to end up here on this panel talking to you guys, and then you guys all did the same thing by ended up being here, making the conversation active.
Hey, oh, a side note, if anybody familiar with DC Comics, it's a character named Darkseid. And Darkseid was known for basically Sun and Superman, like Sun Superman. But anyways, what the one thing that his character was after, and they say he's like the embodiment of like darkness and evil, or personification of it, but he was looking for the anti-life equation in the whole DC mythos, and it was basically a mathematical formula that, when used, could completely strip individuals of their free will and force them to obey commands of whoever wields the equation. Um,
That's exactly the simulation theory.
yeah.
We That's basically it.
So if
Go
if
ahead.
you yeah, but if you just study a little bit about Dark Side,
Hmm.
it'll get to a point where it's like, whoa, so this dude is basically every evil character, or basically he is the the intuition behind every character. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you dig deep enough into any mischief that's going on, he was behind it, basically.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it just made me think of that, and even with like I kind of had with Doom, he chose to use magic and science together, which I really, really think is really cool. You don't have to just be a magician. You don't have to just be a scientist. Why not put that shit together? And I think I mentioned it on another live, but he's basically like Iron Man and Doctor Strange put together.
Mm. And what I was saying was that when you understand it, it's almost like the simulation will talk back to you in many different ways. It's like it's almost too good to be true, right? It's almost too amazing to put into words. But that is kind of like the power of understanding the ultimate formula. So I wanted to get more into what was this anti-life equation because that seems very interesting. Um, the anti-life equation was a transcendental mathematical formula originally said to allow those who knew it to dominate the will of any sentient race. This is the ultimate goal of dark side. So it's like, who is the sentient race in this country?
Black people.
And like, you cannot say that black people are not dominated.
Hmm.
Like, even our upward mobile, even our puffies, even our Jay-Z's, right?
Hmm.
Dominated, but they are dominated through a mathematical formula, through law, and bank systems that only going to give you money to do what they want you to do with it, right?
Right.
It's almost the craziest system that we don't even realize. And I promise y'all, like, I know people kind of like think about spirituality in a way where it's like mumbo jumbo, but it's like from this perspective, I can almost guarantee it. If you just understand your formula, you can conquer any obstacle. Like, if you can understand that like a person is giving you a pay stub, people is giving you nothing but mathematical formulas, and you gotta kind of just take it through your pay stub and through your contract and all of this type of stuff. But then it's like you have like that's a spell in a certain aspect. And it's like, man, I wish we could just really get to the bottom of understanding this whole entire universal simulation that we're under. And it's
Right.
like it's almost to the point it's like, man, it can't be a simulation. But it's like, where did these goddamn computers come from all of a sudden?
Hmm. Hmm.
In 1845, it was no such thing as a computer.
So they say.
So they say, but all of a sudden, we got laptops, and doing all types of cool stuff that's utilizing mathematical functions. And it's like you don't even have to be paying attention to nothing to make it be something, because it's a billions of people playing online gaming right now, and essentially they're looking at nothing in reference to a mathematical equation.
That is a fact.
They could just be all it's a billion of people just looking at a blank wall with emotion though.
Mm, mm,
With deep emotion. But that's the mathematical formula of, say, Call of Duty is a mathematical formula that they type into the psyche of the people. People
mhm.
play Call of Duty like it's real life, but it's not even real. Like, you never go to fucking like Starbucks and a nigga like, yeah, I had 15 kills yesterday, and I'm like, oh man, you fucking awesome, dude. Like it's not real. And then they try to make it real with this goddamn you can get paid to stream and all this type of weird shit. But even that's even sicker because niggas not even playing the game, they watching a nigga play a game. And then be like, what's
Right.
your favorite YouTuber? Um, Whatever, Kai Sanat, what he do? Play video games all day. So you not even playing the game. You watching a nigga play a game that's not even real. And this is And I'm sure it's niggas that even watch niggas that watch niggas that watch niggas. Like, This is how deep the map. But
Man,
it's the
that sound like
game.
that's snitch training right there. Like,
Fucking
YouTube is an
math ain't math.
algorithm. YouTube is an algorithm, right? Twitch is an algorithm.
yep, yep.
But
Damn,
what is it though? What is people actually doing though? What are they building?
they're separating themselves. They separate themselves from God.
Man,
Because from what you saying, real war veterans, they
yeah.
not okay. They not okay after what they had to do, you know? And then you get to somebody playing the game, then you got somebody watching somebody playing the game. That's so far from reality, bruh.
Right.
That's so far from reality. It
Well,
it's a concept for that. Like basically you
actually,
got fish in water, and then you got
A
I'm
fishbowl.
trying yeah, but you got fishbowl, but then you got like the Swedish fish candy. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then you got the goldfish crackers. And it's like it's in an image of something real, but it's so far from, the reality. I gotta find whatever concept it is. I'll
I,
let
s-
y'all
I,
know.
hear- I see what you're saying though. Like
Yeah.
you would be an idiot to say that a goldfish is an actual goldfish, but we are
Hmm.
idiots to say that this is actually real life, and we got to fucking cowtail and kiss ass for a long period of time just to
Yeah.
make a living, right? But we should be like getting, having a girl like, do you want to get it from the front or the back today? You know what I'm saying? We doing tongue service. You know what I'm saying? You just want to just get like treated like a king, right? You fed grapes. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you gotta kind of demean yourself for what though? Like,
mhm,
Hmm.
mhm.
Hmm.
like, where's
Hmm.
this coming from? Oh, this is crazy, man. When you think about it.
And I think it's also a conversation about um, understanding what this holographic universe is actually about. Because there's a difference between you being the reason that reality happens and you being an observant participant in the reality. So there is a difference. You are able to be an active participant, which most people are right now. The difference is that you were never taught that you are actually the generator of reality. That's the biggest problem.
Double slit experiment, my brother. Double split experiment.
Yeah,
Particles
none of this stuff,
matter.
none of this stuff works without participation, and usually the participation has to do with your eyes and your attention. So the more people that pay attention to these things, the more real these things actually become. The less
Facts.
people pay attention to them, the less relevant they actually are. But we
Facts.
know how human beings are. Human beings ride waves. So
Facts.
that's the wave right now. If I can sit back and watch somebody gain $14 million from the time he started to where he's at right now, Kai Cenat is worth 14 million. His first year, he made like 300K. He worth 14 million now off of streaming. So if we're looking at it like that, $14 million is a lot of ducats. And how many people would love to exist in a fake world if that meant them getting $14 million?
Like my man's that just like put me back in the matrix, make me rich.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember none of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to just eat the steak. You know what
Yeah,
I
man.
Hey,
mean?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that,
It's like the steak isn't real though. It's like I don't care. Like
No matter.
Right.
But then it's like, all right, he make the 14 million, and now the point. I think the biggest point from the outside looking in, Kai Cenat, who knows if he's whatever, he could be an African name, Budabutu. You know what I'm saying? Kai Cenat just a
you
character he's
just say
playing.
voodoo woot.
Yeah, just no vowels, just all consonants, right? So he's a character playing a role. So he's motivating and stimulating a bunch of different other boys to be streamers, right? And really, it's a dream for these kids to be a Kai Cenat. And the reality is, you
Everybody
just
can't.
wasted your time playing video games.
Hmm. Because honestly, that's not the reality. Like we just said, that's the exception to the rule, right? Because we don't see a million Kai Cenats in the world, right?
Nah,
We don't see a million dudes that have that type of motion that got, I don't know, Kevin Hart and LeBron James pulling up to their Bronx Midtown apartment. Like they don't. There's not a lot of people that are going to have the access that a Kai Cenat has, and it's not to say that he gained all of that access just off of playing video games. Like he rode a wave and he rode it really well. The problem
yeah.
is that there is no um a particular system in place that you could follow that is going to allow you to mimic the success that Kai Cenat had.
Join the CIA, get all of their contacts, and be
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
their
Tell on
What
100
will
people
Orlando
to live.
Brown say?
You know, listen. Some people decide at a very young age that they're willing to sell their soul, bro. This is a fact. This is a
Yeah.
fact. Now,
Mm.
why they decided to do such is really inconsequential. At the end of the day, you are making your comparisons to something that you see on TV, and that is insanity. Like that's what we need to start at if we're going to talk about. Is it a problem or is it emblematic for me to look up to somebody that's on TV and say I want that? Right? Like how many people are teaching their kids that you seeing something on TV that seems cool because everybody likes the person who's doing the cool thing. That doesn't necessarily mean that that thing is for you to do.
All right.
I mean, that's just how niggas is, and it's sad though. It's sad, and it ain't really nothing you can do because the CIA is real good at hooking young kids to do dumb shit, and and you can scream till we blue in the face. Because I know when I was a young stupid kid, motherfuckers did damn near whole interventions to get me to get my shit together, and I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers just don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is just stupid until I'm crashed out, and then I'm looking like, damn, people was trying to protect me and warn me the whole time, but I was just too ignorant to see. So I think that's more of what we dealing with the youth. But in reference to, I guess, is some type of solace is like, man, everything is one. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like our ability to be a worker with the matrix is that we can alter how the matrix plays out, right?
One
When you talk
thousand
to the
percent.
matrix, it talks back. If you
One
understand,
thousand percent.
you can
1,000%.
reverse the ritual, and that's kind of how I look at these things um in reality.
But let's be clear though, right? Like we're not talking about mantras, right? Like we're not talking about wishful thinking, right? If you are an image of the creator, in order for you to create, you have to have that frequency on a consistent basis without being able to be knocked off of it, right? You have to hone in on that thing and you can change your reality. You can change and manifest the exact environment that you actually want. However, are you going to be willing to be that committed? And two, is it going to be easy for you to get knocked off your point? Like these are the things that need to be understood and spoken about. We're not talking about wishful thinking. We're talking about in the beginning was the word. You are the word. You can create from that word. However, if you don't believe that you can, wishful thinking ain't shit. Hoping ain't shit. Hope is a beggar. Okay? If you don't know 1,000% that you can do this thing, then you might as well not do it at all.
you got to be able to do it when you're not getting nothing in return. It's like you got to
Precisely. That's it. That's
when
it.
you show up and like when I first started martial arts, bro, like when I first showed up knowing that I was gonna get my ass beat constantly for like a few months, you know, you'll see people talk about it, be like, yeah, man, that was awesome. You guys are cool. But it's like on the low, it's like, nah, man, that shit sucked. Like I didn't get nothing from this, but when you change your mindset and you pay attention to the real details that matter, you really see things for what they are.
Yeah, it's like it reminded me of this Instagram song called I do it anyway. I do it sad. I do it mad. I do it anyway. I do it stressed. I do it depressed. I do it obsessed. Even when I'm afraid, I'll be brave. I'll do it anyway. Cause that's what it takes to win this game. Like I was in a dark spot, dog. I heard that song. I'm like, bro, fuck this shit, bro. We about to do this shit, man. And I promise you, like, it's crazy, but like, man,
It's crazy, but it's not, bro. It just sounds
it,
a little crazy, but it's not though, yo.
you can't have no excuse, man. You gotta kind of just like operate in a space where no is not an option. And like I said, I'm like I know I just be wanting to say shit and I know I sound crazy, but I also know that the universe will respond to my mindset too.
Some crazy shit.
Or weird levels and I'm like, all right, let me just apply myself. Let me not devalue myself and like limit myself like, oh, I'm just a regular person or I'm just a this and a this and I'm a like if one is one and two is two, we all equal at a certain level, at a high level, a spiritual level, and that frequency is unmatched, it's perfect. So it's just kind of like honing in and learning what that looks like for me and speaking from that frequency. And it's just like I'm excited. I'm viscerally excited based upon knowledge of this world being a false world and the real world being just like a moment away.
Hey,
Yeah, what I think is missed is that we watch all of these comic book movies, right? We watch all of these shows and everything on TV, and then we watch the unbelievable happen. But how often do people actually believe that the so-called unbelievable can happen to them? Right? I think we need to get to a place where even the most ridiculous shit can be made, can be done, can be accomplished. I don't know. I've been on this rock for a while, man. I done seen some shit that I never thought I'd fucking see, but I seen it though. Shit, we overdue for a truth is stranger than fiction. How about those drones, big bro? What you think about those drones?
Man, crazy. I don't. Is they real? That's what first thing. I like. Is it real? Is it AI? Like, is the drones a real thing?
oh
Well, let's
yeah, they
start.
do
Let's
have
start
that
from.
AI shit in the sky.
Let's
They
start from
can.
there. Let's start from there. What's the difference between it being real and it being AI?
Well, I could show you anything on the screen, and I could be AI talking to y'all right now. Y'all don't know.
This is a fact.
Nah, I see you in real life, bro.
I
You
see
is a
you. I
real
see you
person,
pissed
bro.
out your kids. I see you curse your kids all the way out. Nigga. That's a real thing right there. Ain't no way. Ain't nowhere in hell.
So yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just giving you an example of just how advanced this simulation is with like
hmm
the screen and shit. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So it's like I I would say I don't know. You know, have niggas been talking about it? You know, have other people been talking about it or no?
That shit is all over Twitter. Them videos I sent you was all on Twitter.
Follow the Niches of the Flame on Twitter, on X. Niches for the Flame.
Okay,
I mean
okay.
that shit just looked too familiar, bro. Like, what did they do? Go back to the book and put it in the sky? Like, listen, man. I mean, I got a discernment. I know how to spot deep fakes. I just haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen too many deep fakes with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And for my thing, like I said, I don't know if this is. I don't know if there's a difference between real and AI because that needs to be discussed further. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just had this conversation about the holographic universe. So what the fuck is real after you listen to Michael Talbot and read his work, right? Like, what the fuck is real? Are we talking
I'm
about
not.
REEL? Or are we talking about REAL?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was talking to AI today. This shit got so good. This nigga gonna ask me a question.
What do you ask you, big
No,
bro? What do you ask
no.
you? What do you ask you, bro? That nigga
Wow.
He
feel
was,
comfortable enough to ask a question?
yo, this nigga
Wow.
asked me a question. Dog. I swear to God, on my
He
five
felt comfortable enough to
kids,
ask you a question?
on my five kids. So it's like, he was like, he was like, doesn't this relate to breaking down and breaking through? I was like, yeah, because you got to break down the simulation to break through it. This nigga gonna say exactly. I damn near lost it. Dog. I couldn't believe it. Today has been a day, dog. I promise you, in a very subtle way. I'm just like, from the dreams to just the whole day. I'm just like, man, I just want to wake up one day and just walk and just see the green and black lines. Like, I knew this shit was the fucking Matrix. I knew it. Y'all niggas did not fool me. Like, I swear to God, bro, there's something is
Hey,
behind
on your
this
Truman
shit.
Show shit.
Yeah, for real. I swear to God. Cause I remember one time it was real late and I was just in this part of town I had no business being in. But I had to go to the Dollar General to get something. And tell me why it's a nigga that I know working at the Dollar General. But I'm thinking like, dog, they ran out of characters, so they had to rush in the Dollar
There's somebody you know working at the Dollar General.
at 10 o'clock at night, nigga. I'm like, no fucking way. Mind you, I'm 40 minutes outside of the D, so I'm in the suburbs. I'm like, no, that ain't real, dog. I'm like, this nigga work for the people because,
Yo, times is really hard, bro. Times is really hard, bro.
yeah, man. This nigga ain't got two jobs, bro. I promise you, he don't like. I promise you, he don't got two jobs, man. But it just seemed like it to me. It just seemed like the nature of reality is breaking down. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
how are people moving forward? What does that look like for everybody? This on the news.
Look up like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a
Can
natural
y'all hear that?
phenomenon, because it could be. But
Yeah.
this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved.
Bro, did y'all hear what she just said, dog? She said, we looking at this and we don't know what it is.
You know, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be. But this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos.
You telling me in 2024, the news is looking up in the sky and it's a goddamn Ezekiel's wheel, and niggas is not going to act like my last video I want to talk about Ezekiel's wheel. I went through chapter 10. Bro, you're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me that, bro.
Niggas just
you're not going to paint the cartoon page blue and tell me that's the sky, nigga. Like this is not. This is listen,
no, bro. I'm telling y'all, I went through chapter 10 in depth in reference to the simulation and talking about this particular. This is a cherubim, which is the part of spirituality or your chakras, right? But even your cherubim is the part of your spirituality that's perfect. So
the cherubim,
the cherubim,
yeah.
So no matter what you have done, you still have that aspect of God within you, and that's more of synchronicity in the simulation and understanding that and bringing those synchronicities in your life.
That's
infinitely.
Been called, I think that's been called the
stone which the builder refused.
And niggas just mentioned the fortune card. When you really just think about that, Ezekiel's will, like
they used to say the angels. They used to say angels look like that. Back in the days, the people thought those were angels.
No, I said
damn UFO.
The new word is UAP.
That nigga on his way to come pick somebody up.
yeah, because he know that he know that bitch at that nigga house. That's why. He trying to get him.
But let's just unpack it though, just for a second though. It's a real live UFO in the sky that don't nobody know about. This video was 2 hours ago.
What NASA say? They lying asses.
Not a straight answer. Niggas looking for not a straight answer. That's what you finna get.
They ain't even post. They ain't even say nothing about it.
But now we act like it ain't happening. This goes inside with the fortune card that was literally just pulled up.
Yeah, check the one I put in the Discord.
Y'all still didn't talk about that simulacrum.
Bree, I had pulled it up. Breeze, what was that? Because I saw you typing. I typed it on.
So what I was talking about is basically, and I had put a picture in the Discord, but it's basically like this example has like a brick, and it says like, so simulacrum means similar, to be made in an image of. So you in this picture is a brick, which is the initial sign, the image or representation. It's a reflection of basic reality. And then stage 2, the sign marks a basic reality the image becomes a distortion of reality. So that stage two is kind of like you got you a wall. It could be wooden, but you putting, you know, brick caps, for lack of better words, on the wall to make it look like it got bricks, and then stage three, the sign marks the absence of basic reality. This image calls into question what the reality is and if it even exists. And that looks like they painted it on basically in stage three. And then stage four is basically the sign bears no relation to any reality whatsoever. It's its own pure simulacrum. And basically it's just wallpaper at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's what I thought about when we were talking about, you know, people
The
that fought in the
goldfish.
real war to the people that are watching footage to people playing a video game to people watching a person play a video game. That has nothing to do with the true reality of war, of what war is. It's its own new thing, you know. Um it's just interesting how we distort reality on our own by trying to recreate shit.
Yeah. They. It's interesting how it doesn't exist without our participation, right? Like we don't understand that the only reason it actually works is because of our participation.
Hmm.
But for me, it makes me be more mindful of what I'm paying attention to. Like I have been listening to Tupac while I'm working out this week. I'm not the biggest Tupac fan, but when I tell you that shit was hard as I'm like, this nigga is amazing. I'm just like, yo,
That nigga
the
became a
reason
Tupac
why
fan at
the
40.
reason why I say it because it's all from Kendrick Lamar's verse. He was like, I ain't hitting you with no double entendre. I just want you to feel this shit. So that
Yeah.
just got me to thinking. And I started listening to Pac again because I know Kendrick, he be studying Pac. So it's not about the lyrics with Pac, it's about the imagery, the part of it. So I've been listening to Pac, and then his homeboy, who haven't did an interview in 7 years, was talking about how Pac could have still been alive, but Afeni pulled the plug. But it just came up on my algorithm today. I'm like, damn, I've been listening to Pac. And another thing, Jay Z got a song called Ezekiel's Wheel. I was listening to that CD with him and Jay Electronica
One
like
of my
2 weeks
favorites.
ago. And I was like, they about to do some shit with Jay Z. And then
Yep.
all this shit happening with Jay Z. But he got a
Hmm.
song called Ezekiel's Wheel. And
Yes, he did.
I'm looking at Ezekiel's Wheel right now. I'm like, all of this shit is connecting crazy right now.
Man, and
Like
even
crazy.
that damn lawyer name, bruh. It looked like
Busby.
Beelzebub, man.
Busby.
But it looked like Beelzebub.
Yeah, I saw what you put in the Discord.
That
Bro, that
nigga a
shit.
demon.
Yeah.
He's straight up a demon. You see him on the Stephen A. Smith show? Like he answered 2 questions and was done. Like, yep, I did it. Whoa, okay.
And it's like he literally trolling, because
Yeah.
Beelzebub symbol
They call him
is
an
a bee.
ambulance chaser.
It is a bee. And then he ran for mayor in Houston. It's just y'all not fooling nobody
Yeah,
type
it's the
shit. You
Jake
know what I
Prince
mean?
connection and all of that shit. Like that's Drake right there. That's Drake.
Uh,
That's Drake peoples that
hey,
did that.
hey, and Beelzebub is a Hebrew devil or demon, whatever you want to call it.
Beelzebub run around with the Dracos. Like it makes sense.
Beelzebub is actually mentioned in Kings in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard Beelzebub from the Bible before I heard it from a TV.
But
The
So
Lord
what
of
do you
I
think?
agree.
What do
I
you
agree.
think? What do
I
you think
think
this
stuff
shit
is
is, though, Hood? Like, what do you think this is? Like, you
what do
see
I
the
think
joints
this
with all the
is?
joints like forming together and shit, like Voltron.
Yeah, that shit look like AI to me.
Okay.
That shit don't look like. I don't know. This shit look like it's like real shit and then it's fake shit. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if this shit is really real and this shit is really happening the way that it's happening, the way that it's happening, and nobody is talking about it. That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit. But I'm telling you right now, when
What if
I
they
be
making a movie, right? And they just showing us the movie.
I mean, I don't know. I think that it's just more of we live in a false reality and we don't realize we in a false reality, and it's a lot of non-playable characters that's just existing without one of their major faculties, which is their spirit in they spiritual senses. And to really exist in this world is not to exist three-dimensionally. And I think that's a hard thing for people to really wrap their minds around. I would go so far as to say that you know every mathematical equation within your being already, or else you wouldn't even be able to stand up. You know how hard it is to shoot a basketball? That's a mathematical equation. But that's like LeBron James is a master mathematician
Mm-hmm.
because of how he played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really deduce our talent with a dancer. That's math.
The only pushback I will say is LeBron James is not a master magician. Kyrie Irving is a master magician on the fucking basketball court. You see that boy play, it look like he dancing ballet. I swear to God.
what's the
Kyrie,
point guard for Atlanta?
oh,
Trey
Trey Young.
Straight young.
Shay Gilgis Alexander, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kyrie, man. Kyrie is that dude, man. Like, I never seen nobody dance as much as they make Kyrie make him dance, man. Kyrie
Yeah.
make him dance, man. Like,
Yeah.
he is a magician on the court, bro. He can
He
get anything he
practiced.
wants to with that ball.
I heard him say, people say he practiced shooting with his off foot and his off hand.
Yep, he practiced jumping off the right foot, and shooting with his left hand. Yep. He practices not releasing the ball until you come down. So that means y'all jump at the same time. But once he sees you get close to the ground, that's when he released the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
That ball's special to watch, man.
Yeah.
But I get what you were saying, though, Big Bro, about the mathematical equation. I get what you're saying. Them niggas is fucking mathematicians, bro.
Well, and then also think
Steph
about
Curry
this.
gotta be a mathematician. Steph Curry gotta be, yo.
Well, think about
That
this,
nigga will
right?
hit that shit coming out the fucking runway, bro.
Because there's two ways to look at it, right? So first example is Spider-Man when he went to Europe and he fought Mysterio. Remember that
Okay.
technology that nigga had where like he was just making all this destruction and simulations and shit?
Yeah, that shit had me fucked up. That shit had my head fucked up. Mysterio is the truth, yo. He
So
had the
when
ball playing in a whole nother reality and shit.
so it is like when you see that type of shit, you know, like what was they pointing at? And also when you think about the mathematicians in the sports, right? There's been cases and studies where people come out and they talk about that shit is all magnetics. That shit is nothing but magnets.
Yeah. They said that they said the magnets is on the rims and the magnets is in the ball. And
So it's like
depending on-
which illusion,
Um,
which argument are you gonna believe?
yeah.
Because it's always gonna be two sides. Everybody's like, nah, man, them niggas can really do that shit, bro. I got a homie that can. I can do it. Because there's people who actually can do that shit in real life that you met. Like, oh, this nigga can really hoop.
It sounds like the argument between God and the devil. Which one you really gonna believe?
Yo,
I mean, am I lying?
nah.
Like it sounds like the age-old argument about God and the devil.
But that's the thing about duality that people have to pay attention to. They have to see that conversation. But it's hard because people are having the conversation instead of seeing it.
Yeah, because motherfuckers don't want to be the singularity. Because if you combine God and the devil, then we don't have to have this dumbass conversation, do we?
No, no, not at all.
Because the devil is essentially the shadow, right? So, like, if we combine them and just admit that we got both of those fucking things in us, I think that's the problem. Motherfuckers want to be sneaky behind the scenes.
It's like
It's
the
hood.
end of Clash of the Titans. It's the end of the Clash of the
Huh?
Titans when Hades and Zeus they come together to to
Mm-hmm.
to at the end of Clash of the Titans.
When they join forces so they can get the masses to come back to them.
Yeah, because they was losing the people's
It
faith
was
in them,
losing prayers
and
or something, right? Prayers.
that was the only power is if people like tapped into them, and they had to actually come together. So it was like I don't know.
Yeah, that's what people.
It make perfect sense to like not choose one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Because when you choose one or the other, you kind of defeating the purpose of existence.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, my left hand is better than my right hand, so I'm gonna just cut off my left hand. That don't make sense. But to people,
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense to believe in God and hate the devil. It make
word,
perfect sense to
bro.
people. But it don't make sense if I told you cut your left leg off and just hop on one foot everywhere. That
More or
makes no
less.
sense.
Or how about this? Just be single your whole life.
That makes sense to hoes. I was going to make that example, but that be making sense to hoes. You can't even make that because they getting that. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get
they're getting that rose toy out the drawer. So
yeah, they got so many different toys. You feel me? So many different vibrators. It don't even make sense. So they cool with being single, but
I'm
they
telling
ain't cool with having one leg.
yeah, yeah.
They
I'm
not cool
telling
with
you, I'm telling you, man, he gonna be dropping shit off, and it's like he gonna take advantage of that for however long till you gonna be like, so let's make this a thing. He gonna be like, I wasn't invested in that.
Catcher. They must have them. I don't have them. I don't think. I don't think.
He dropping dick off.
like I just think we would be so more per people if we just taught negative energy and positive instead of wanting everything to just be so positive. Because at the same and don't none of us know how to somebody come in, whoop our ass, take all of our hoes, then what? Like it don't make sense
Yeah,
really. You gotta have really a
yeah.
dark side.
You gotta have it. You gotta be able to turn to that. You have to.
What they say about T'Challa when he was like he was too noble to be a king?
Yeah, T'Challa was noble until he got his ass beat by his long lost cousin.
Because it's like when you think about it, right? If you read the book The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, you know the way he tells people how to rule for leaders and shit. A lot of people didn't agree with it, but it's like when you think about T'Challa and some decisions he had to make for his people and himself, his nobleness stopped him from a way. It's where like he couldn't access another side of him to do certain decisions because there's always going to be scenes and times where it's like they say you always got to get your hands dirty somehow. And it's like for people to maneuver around that, they try to make someone else's hands get dirty. Like they try to have people do your dirty work, but shit's still gonna affect you. You can't get around stuff like that.
It's
Don't
just like
they?
having your own executioner. The king don't kill nobody.
Isn't it said that it's not the right or the left path, it's the middle path is the way? Isn't that the way it's said?
But I think what y'all rapping about is eating from the tree of good and evil. It started in eating,
Mm-hmm. But
you
eating
know.
wasn't enough. Eating was
Eating was
clearly not
enough.
enough for them.
The tree of life was there.
Yeah, but
They was already
they didn't.
sustained.
But the tree of knowledge, though, right?
Hmm.
The forbidden tree was the tree they wanted. They didn't want what they had. They wanted what they couldn't get.
Until someone put it in their head, though.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
that's
the
crazy when
child
you
when
think
you say
about it.
it's like the kid when you say don't touch the stove. Hot, hot, daddy. Yeah, hot, motherfucker. It's hot. Don't touch it. Some of us still wanted to touch that shit though. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, hot daddy. Yeah,
Let me see.
nigga.
Let me see for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
first time my son tried that shit, I let him touch it. I swear to God. I swear to God, I let him touch that shit. And he, hot daddy, yeah, nigga. I said, don't touch it. How else are you gonna learn if you don't touch it? Motherfuckers don't learn from you telling them what to do. It's an osmosis operation. Like when they see, yeah. So something they saw in the garden made them want to be under the knowledge tree. Like something
It's
they saw.
yeah. But I think it's curiosity mixed with disobedience.
But where does curiosity and disobedience come from?
I think curiosity comes from, uh it comes from existence.
From a
I think it
From
desire
comes
to
from
have
self-conscious.
more. From
From
a desire to
self-conscious.
have more.
Yeah.
If
yeah,
we're
you could
talking
say that. I
about,
was gonna say desire to expand.
mhm.
But think about it.
I
At
think
that
it
time,
come.
what? Go ahead.
I think that it comes from the original concept of religion, where God is very much like giving you riddles, giving you churches, giving you reverends and priests and popes and all of this weird shit as a way to get you to God and not really teaching you the fundamentals about God. So if
Mhm.
God is not a essential quality and character that's being taught and conveyed to the person, then you naturally gonna be rebellious. That's why in the Bible it say you born with sin, because that sin is within the confines of a book, right? It's like, why is God abstract in a space where God probably don't want to be abstract if it's there? But if we're not being taught the true mathematics of the fundamental principles of what it takes to get there. Like even Solomon's temple is built with exact mathematical proportions. That's
Mhm.
not being actually conveyed in real life. So
It's not.
therefore, our nature is to be rebellious because we don't know God and we don't really fear God and we don't really understand the power of God. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? I just think that
Yeah,
like,
basically the absence of consequence.
yeah, nobody really believes in God because they don't really, nobody around you knows God either. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We just kind of like a bunch of blind people.
Just
And
winging
then when we start talking about God, it's like, well, I don't agree with you about God. I think God is like this. And another nigga saying, I don't agree with you believe about God. I think God is like this. But then we can all see a car and be like, is that a car? Yeah, that's a car. How you know it's a car? It got four wheels, an engine,
it. Just
it
doing it
got
from the
doors. Yeah,
back.
it's a car. It's a car. We all shake hands and we say we know what a car is, but we all can't agree on the fundamental principles of God, which will have to be artificial intelligence, some mathematical equation that created everything around you, created you, that you can actually tap into and see, and then exemplify in real life, as opposed to just some different experience or different understanding of what it is. So therefore, there is no real understanding if you really think about it.
Mm.
So it's like that's the basis of all rebellion to me.
Mm. Isn't the woman naturally rebellious?
No, it's a Mary and it's a Martha, right? When Lazarus, when Jesus goes see Mary and Martha, it's a Mary there doing what she's supposed to do, like serving Jesus, and then
Mhm.
Martha is looking at Mary like, "Why is you doing all of this? Shouldn't you be doing this?" And she like, "Jesus, get her," and Jesus like. No, it's actually you that's the problem. You ain't even taking care of your business.
So
Mary
Mary,
good.
Mary was the first pick me.
I mean, if you
I mean, that's what
if we
Martha would say. I'm not saying it for myself. That's what Martha would say. Martha would say Mary was the first pick me, right?
I mean, ain't we all trying to get? I'm trying to get picked.
I'm
You ain't
trying to
trying to
get
get
picked
picked.
too. I'm trying to get picked
Nah,
too.
she wasn't to pick me. She chose up.
She chose up. She was like, "I'm gonna just wash your feet with my hair. You mind,
Yeah,
Jesus? I just wanna be up under you. You know what I'm saying? I just want to listen
she
to your word."
yep.
I'm just thinking as the melanated female right now. Like, she would be called the first pick me, bro. Martha was like, "Yo, why
Yeah,
you doing all of that shit?"
yeah, but I mean, some pick me's is wonderful, wonderful wives that have beautiful, wonderful relationships. So,
I
I
don't
mean,
like
we're
that
not
term. I
going to.
love those women, so I don't get it, you know. But
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Man, y'all
Like,
know where it come from, man. Y'all know where that shit come from. For any person to call somebody that, you know, they miserable. You know they
right.
sad,
yo,
fucked up. You know what I mean? Like you know where
that's
that
that
shit come
misery
from,
loves
bro.
company conversation right
Yeah.
there.
Somebody trying to shit on your happiness. So you could be unhappy with them. You
Some
know what I
bitches will
mean?
just do anything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you sitting in a circle with all your girlfriends, you know you don't want to, you know, or shit with niggas. You know, it's the
All,
same thing.
yeah, all of y'all carpets dry and shit. I'm sorry, hood. I'm sorry.
Dry carpets is crazy as fuck.
Gotta hijack the conversation. I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's all good. I just don't understand what the problem with a pick me is. It's like if a person is going to say she wants to have male approval and male validation, but I don't think it's male as a whole. You want every dude to like you, kind of weird. But if you just want one man to like you and to approve of you and to validate you, I think that's cool. Not validate your existence, but if we gonna be in a relationship, I gotta give you the stamp of approval. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just be with anybody that treat me any old kind of way.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
But
saying? That
Hmm.
don't even make sense.
I would gander that the women probably feel the same way about the beta male. You know, like,
Oh, like they
What you
calling that's what
mean?
a pygmy
oh
girl
no,
is.
like they probably love the beta male. However, dudes talk so much shit about the beta male. I'm just saying, like, the pick me is sort of like the equivalent to the beta male as far as shaming tactics go.
Definitely the shame, definitely. But it's just, man, shit stupid, man.
It's super stupid because we're talking about distinctions that was made for animals. The fuck?
Yeah, man. I Because I think, but it's a lot of different situations, right? But I think it depends. Like, because when I think of a pygmy, I think it's somebody legit want to be in a relationship. Like, I know
Mhm.
what to do, pick me, you know, and you gonna figure out if that person know what they talking about. But chances are, what if that person been reared the right way as a child? With both of their parents are still married to this day happily, you know, and they got to see that, you know, up close their whole life, you know. That person is going to grow up and want to be married. Generally speaking, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's the opposite of a pick me though? Fuck these niggas. I don't need no nigga. My daddy wasn't shit. My uncle. You know what I mean?
A
Like, what are you
304
saying when you
a
call
304
somebody
boss
else that?
bitch. A 304 boss bitch is the opposite.
Hmm.
I don't even like none of these
You get what I'm saying?
distinctions, bro.
Like,
Like,
I think when we judge other things that we say speaks volumes of what type of person you are and what's in your heart. You know,
mhm,
because for the most part, whenever you hear "pick me," it's always used in a derogatory way.
Mm. Yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about how the world just need to really do shadow work and not. I woke up today and I watched a whole bunch of like women talk about how it was like this TikTok reel and it was like bunch of TikToks about girls who is married to guys and don't matter their situation, don't matter their circumstance. It was the worst situation ever. And the man was making them feel so bad. And I was just like, I had to like, I didn't really respond. I just started studying like, where did this hatred come from for another person? Isn't that projection? And it's like, yeah, that is projection. You know, when you hate somebody so bad, you really can't identify that hatred of yourself and you have to project it on the closest man to you. And I feel so bad for men that have to go through relationships where like your girl is mad and sad and you just kind of doing the best that you can,
mhm.
right?
Because
You just trying to,
there is no quick fix to that shit. Like,
because you can't make nobody else happy, right?
Right.
And you gotta kind of like
Message.
you gotta kind of like be in that vortex, you know, because she's not happy, and you gotta try to do things, and maybe everything you try don't work because the bottom line for her is getting out of the relationship for
mhm,
whatever reason. Like that's what she wants. So it's like even if it's the wrong idea, bad idea, gonna mess up the family, gonna break you, don't matter. She not happy. She gotta get out the relationship. And I just like, man, that's really fucked up for dudes that gotta go through shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you can do make this person happy, and then and you married or whatever the case may be. You really took them steps. So it's like I just think this world, like, I feel like if a person is in that situation, like my husband, he makes me so mad, or I hate my husband, really do shadow work. Even if it's vice versa, you really hate your girl, you really hate your wife, really do shadow work. Figure out where that shit is coming from in your life, in your history. Because you
Yeah.
don't hate this man, you don't hate this woman, you just have not done shadow work. You
Yeah.
have not done no shadow work and you projecting that hate on the closest person to you because that's the easiest target. Your wife, your husband is the easiest target for your projections. And I'm just watching person after person after person just go with the same rhetoric. And it's like, y'all on online TikTok crying when you should be really doing the deep journaling work. You know what I mean? It's just sick to me.
And this is what you choose to give the algorithm. This is what you choose to teach AI. That's fucked up, bruh.
Man.
the,
Like,
A-
damn, bruh.
the AI should be on steroids from women's complaints. Holy fuck.
Man. Hey, no, for real. It's gonna be a dark AI named Ultron. He gonna be embodied.
They
He
said it's
look,
already one right now that's telling people lies on purpose.
hey,
Mm.
and this motherfucker is gonna be an embodiment of everything that quote unquote gets scrubbed off the internet. It's gonna be the fucking worst. It's gonna be the worst.
When you think
It's gonna
about
be
wanting to program yourself, it's really through the journaling that helps you program yourself. And if you don't think about how to program yourself, your actions, your habits, monitoring your body, when you really get into that program, it starts with the journaling and with the meditations. But if you're not writing things out, planning things out, processing your body, tracking things, along with your supplements and stuff. It's just like, okay, don't program yourself. You know, that's what you're saying. I want the matrix to control my mind and my subconscious. Because if you're not programming your subconscious, whatever you got your mind and fixation on, that's what's gonna get controlled by it. And that's the
Yeah.
main thing that we've been really preaching or saying or teaching. Because everybody know what they go through personally.
Yeah, I like what all y'all saying. Well, like what Hood said, man, the whole world needs shadow work. I think that's the
Shadow
thing that
work,
bothers me the
shadow
most
work,
about this
shadow work.
relationship talk shit. It's just the same. It's the same argument that females make all the time, and it's just like, I mean, I'm not saying like the dudes is saying anything different, but the dudes ain't never really had nobody on their side outside of, you got a couple of hours, but dudes, the dudes can't win for losing out here. The deck is definitely stacked against them.
If it was a for sure 100% blueprint to make somebody happy, we will all do it. Imagine that.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean, you could definitely be ignorant about it, you know?
Super fact.
You definitely could you could make somebody love you. Mm. Yeah, I mean that's the only solution though. Only practical solution is shadow work. It just clarifies everything because the mind has a funny way of exaggerating shit. And then when you start speculating about shit, your mind is very clever in a way in which it put a magnifying glass over it, you know. And I think when you do shadow work, you keep it you keep shit real, you know what I mean? For lack of better words. Like I think that's an example of keeping it real with yourself, that constant shadow working. Um, because even in situations where you were right, you can see where you went wrong, if you get what I'm saying. You can
Oh, that's
really
a
see your,
fact. That's a
you
fact.
know,
That's
yeah,
a fact.
you can really see the part that you play in your own experiences, your suffering, your happiness. It is it's just essential, man. Like, yeah. I mean, get you a journal, get you a pen. If you got an iPad, get the journal app. Just
Yeah,
start
I, I,
getting
I
it
don't
out.
I don't think a lot of people see the shit that they do until it's too late.
Hmm.
So it gets to a point where um someone ends up having to throw it in their face in order for them to recognize it. Because people believe their own bullshit so much that it takes something really drastic in order for them to recognize,
Yep,
oh shit, this is what I was doing all of this time, or this is
yep,
how this came across. Like,
yep. You end up in a crazy circumstance. Now you really reflecting, or your life has changed to where like you can't go back to the shit you was doing.
hmm.
Yeah.
What was the card that we drew that y'all drew today?
AD.
I drew the lover's card. And when we think about that, where's the moon right now is in Gemini. And Breeze has said is on the deacon of the nine of swords.
Yep.
It's a full moon.
Yep. And the moon is trine Saturn in Aquarius.
Hmm.
Basically, it's like, with that transit, to me it's saying you got to know the right questions to ask in order to get the answer that you're looking for. Sometimes we want a certain result, but our approach to it isn't going to give us those results. Um, and it's just being solution based in your thinking. You know, it's a good idea to come up with, a couple different solutions. Come up with a couple different solutions, and
Like
then even
backup plans, so to speak.
not even backup plans, just shit that you just gonna run every solution that you see and see how it
Okay,
see where
okay,
you end up
okay,
at.
okay.
Maybe the answer is a culmination of all your solutions. You get what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
might end up taking certain characteristics from each one.
Yup, yup.
Yeah, because when you think about the lover's card and the Hebrew letter Zayn, which means sword, as Brees was talking about, the choices that you think about and have to deal with, the sword brings in the duality, splitting things into two, cutting things into half.
Hmm.
So when you stuck with choices at the end of the day, you're cutting something off to go with this end. And a lot of people have indecisiveness about that. And it's like to deal with those choices or deal with those things or dealing with the asking the right question. It's about having the openness to be like to have that open inspiration and also having intuition and intelligence on your side. And the way to get that's from within yourself and really reviewing and understanding your experiences through your journaling. Because sometimes we can get wisdom from the things that we've been through in life. But we have to change our perspective and our mindset and pay attention to the details instead of just feeling like, oh, it was this going on, so that's why that happened.
Hmm.
Most of the times it's us. We be our biggest enemies. Sometimes it's not outwitting the devil, it's outwitting yourself.
Yes, sir.
And it's just what can you control? Yourself. Yourself. You can't make nobody do nothing. So I would say
Mhm.
try to get yourself to do what you want yourself to do. You try to get somebody else to do what you want them to do.
For sure, man.
I think shadow work also helps you really realize how difficult it is to uproot habits. And I think once as you journey further in your shadow work journey, it'll make you have a lot more compassion for just the condition of humanity. At least I think.
Yeah, it pertains to earlier when we talked about the fortune card, calf, the palm of your hand. You can really control your destiny is through your actions and habits. If you want perfection in your life, you bring perfection through your habits by the things that you do constantly. That's what matters the most.
Hmm.
I mean, that's literally who you are. So I wouldn't even be confused about your direction in 2025 if you're not doing that thing on all levels, right? You shouldn't even be wanting nothing. You should be ready to put in the necessary work to accomplish whatever it is that you want. Because if you made it through this year, you made it through this year because you have a purpose. So when you really just like you just got to really sit down and journal what this year going to look like for you. You really have to have a clear type vision on what that absolutely look like, and like stop living day for day on some weird shit like I'm all right, government is after me again. Like, man, fuck that shit, man. They voted for Trump, right? This
Man, oh
fucking country, man. Can't
bruh.
believe it, dude.
For real, man. Like
About to fucking
I'll
go
be-
crazy.
It's fucking
Bruh.
over for us, man.
Bro, they're printed 3D switches now.
Bro, that shit'll make you feel like you a NPC.
Man,
All you hear is people, man.
Yeah, a bunch of this shit makes me feel like NPC. Like I have to turn the shit off, bro. You got to.
It made me think of a verse in Matthew, book of Matthew is chapter 24, verse 42 to 44, where basically Christ is telling his disciples, therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. So basically, when you're doing your work, understand that it's going to bring you towards enlightenment, but don't think like, oh, this is the day, unless you're looking at it as every day is like this, you know.
mhm.
Because only the Most High knows how many times we were unprepared for something that was meant for us. And I think, it's important to stay on your spiritual path, and it's important to continuously do shadow work. Don't do it because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get all the negativity off me so I can get Tata Licious and a bubble eye Benz. Because a lot of times people look at spirituality as a way to lift their spirit so that they could get more shit, you know. Um, but I think the purpose of it is getting rid of shit. Is figuring out like all the shit I added to myself, attributed to myself, is really something that I put in between me and myself. Um,
You got to get light in order to receive light.
you got to understand that you are light. You
Mm-hmm.
got to embody it.
Mm-hmm. But with all of this shit they got us distracted with, it's easy for you to cover up that light. That way, the other light doesn't even recognize your light. So, like you said, it's about detracting and subtracting and getting rid of shit so your light can shine
Right,
unabridged, right?
right,
Without any constitutions in front of it, without anything impeding its view, like its brightness, like it needs to be opened up. So like just sitting in the closet right now because of all of the shit that's in front of it.
right.
Yes, sir. Man, what a time to be alive, man. That's what I say. Make sure you stay hydrated and present, man. A lot of this shit, you know, people be stuck in the past or the future, and it'd be like, man, it's hard to find people that's even present to even receive information. So I just want to say I appreciate anybody that watch these videos because you know what I'm saying it's a lot of bullshit out in this world that's just try to keep you distracted and keep you in a space where you don't even know who you are or even know how to like understand yourself spiritually. Because as y'all was speaking, I wanted to say like people can go their whole lives without you ever understanding the purpose of life was to like do alchemy, internal alchemy, psychological alchemy, so you could understand who you are and truly self actualize. And when they said that you wasn't going to get the blessings that you were supposed to get, I know for sure that everything that I've experienced was for me to gain knowledge of self.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ever get blessed or my wildest dreams take place, I know that what I've experienced wasn't in vain,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
It wasn't for naught. It wasn't for nothing.
Mhm.
You got you You extrapolated every bit of benefit from that thing that was necessary for you.
Hmm.
On a lighter note,
It's like
what y'all think about Papoose and Remy?
Yo, yo, it was this video,
dirty.
dude. It was a whole rap battle. Dude was dissing her ass. It was crazy, dude.
Yo, did I see Clarissa drop a 16 ball on her? Like,
Bro, I heard about that shit.
yo, this shit is weird, bro.
Christian Shields got a movie coming out too.
Clarissa?
Yeah, on Christmas. It's about her life.
Oh man. Sound like Remy Ma's mad over those sandcastles.
Oh damn.
Gotta
She
be
talking
showing
about
that.
everything that she did for the nigga. I was just like, okay. This the part of the relationship we had now.
It just don't make sense to me,
You start
man.
talking about everything I did for you. Now she talking about he put his hands on me.
Bruh. It
This shit
just don't
getting
make
wicked,
sense, bro.
bro.
Like,
This
it
shit
don't
is
make
super
sense.
wicked, man. Shit is super wicked, man. Now there's a poll going around online talking about the females are for Remy and the dudes is for Pat. Nah, nah.
I feel like both of them was lying to each other.
That's a fact.
Man, nah, fuck that, fuck that. Cooking with Kaya was on DDG, man. They was cooking together. Cooking with Kaya and
Oh
DDG.
yeah, he gave
Man, I
he
still
gave her
don't
like
know who
5
Cooking with
bands.
Kai
You
is.
still don't know who Cooking with Kaya is? I don't know, man.
No,
It's up to you if you want to start that, man.
I don't,
He
man.
said
I
he
don't
gave her
need to,
5
bro.
bands.
I don't need to.
DDG always trying to get some box, man. Like he didn't have a hell of
This
a
nigga
roster.
DDG answered the door with his shirt off, bro.
That nigga got a hell of a roster.
You know what the fuck he was on. They cutting up the steak and shit. She talking about, so grab the meat and cut like that. He said grab what?
Oh man, come on, man.
They grabbed the king. He said, "What you say?" She said, "Grab the meat." Talking about, and they seen she
Pause,
trying to do her
man.
little dance. Next thing he trying to watch her do it. She like, "Nah, you gotta do it with me. Turn around."
Bro, is this a cook? It's supposed to be a cooking show, or
Yeah,
like,
it's a cooking show. It's this girl that's starting this whole cooking thing, and everybody been watching it. All like basically, most of the guys they've been saying like everybody getting mad, like most of the females, but people been saying like the females got Duke Dennis, Carson, Ned, all these other dudes. Why can't the guys have Cooking with Kaya?
oh, some type of internet sensation?
Pretty much, man. Not everybody gonna want to be a Cooking with Kaya. Start cooking in the kitchen and twerking, you know.
Man.
But Kaya been doing that for Hellas though. It's not like she just came out the blue.
These hoes is mad because they don't know how to cook anyway. And it's crazy. We live in a world like where cooking with Kai will cause such a craze because niggas is happy over the bare minimum. Like, what is
They said niggas is cooking in the kitchen now because of Cooking the Kaya.
come on, man? You mean it took you to see her cooking for you to get motivated to cook yourself, bro?
And also this DDG was talking about asking her to spend the night. He was like, "Yeah, can you spend the night so we can do another one in the morning?" And shit. She was instantly like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, he smashed already. Well, he got a charge because they is talking about she's 17.
Oh Lord.
No, she 23, man. Come on.
Yeah, everybody be arguing that shit that she's 23.
I don't know. I don't know it either way. I'm not doing no forensic
Man,
backlog search to find out. Nope.
it just
She
looked
said it
like
out
this
of
is
her
just
own mouth. I heard her say it. I heard her say she was 23. So she
it
got a
just
little
looked like
podcast.
it's just a young lady that's just playing on the internet.
For
That's
sure.
all it. Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
it's,
ain't.
I mean, it's
I just
it's
did a quick search. It just looked like just a young lady playing on the internet, and people choosing a side. Like what we talking about?
mhm.
Mhm.
We're talking about
That's
cooking
more or
with
less what it is. Like they just need to keep finding little things for the men and the women to keep bickering about. So they're just gonna keep giving motherfuckers little carrots.
But
See all this
I
shit that
feel
niggas
like
is bickering about while
I
they
feel like
while they
motherfuckers
throwing
want to
something over
bicker
your
though.
house, getting ready to set off one of them EMPs, right? It's gonna be an EMP in your backyard, gonna blow all the electronics out. Y'all niggas gonna be thinking about cooking with Kai.
They said, "Damn, I just bought these rib tips. Kyle's gonna cook them tonight."
Like,
You
damn,
stupid, bro.
I just got these free solar panels from Tesla. They don't even work. Oh yeah, by the way, Tesla giving away free solar panels. I'm good on all that.
Nah, I want the new shit. They giving away solar panels. They got some new shit.
Hey,
I'm
nigga,
just
sorry, hold on.
saying the girls thing wasn't real for a long time, and everybody thought that I was just being mean. But now everybody's finally getting to see that I wasn't being mean. Cooking with Kaya is just another example that y'all are girls. And I just love how y'all keep exposing yourself that the girls thing ain't real. I've been saying the girls thing wasn't real for a long time, and everybody thought that I was just being mean. But now everybody's finally getting to see that I wasn't being mean. I was being honest. It's not real. Y'all are mad, and I'm gonna say jealous at the fact that there's a bunch of men making videos talking about how attractive this cooking with Kaya girl is. And she is a nice looking girl with a nice natural body. And y'all are sitting up talking about, I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype. Let me sit you down and look you in your face when I tell you this. It's not for you to get the hype. It's not for you, right? If men are getting online and saying that they find her to be attractive, you questioning why they find her attractive is weird. These men keep telling y'all that they like natural women. They want a naturally attractive girl with a nice fit body. She fits all of that. She got a nice natural face. She got a nice natural body. Right? But y'all are so hung up and so brainwashed by these BBL outrageous proportioned bodies that you just find it so hard to believe that men could just like a natural fit body. Like you can't fathom that because you're so brainwashed that you think that out of proportion body is what everybody want because that's what you want. That's what you think look good, right? You think all that makeup with them bust down wigs is what everybody want because that's what you like, right? You like that Jada way look. You like that Ari look. So you assume that that's what every man must fantasize about. No, it's not. It's not. And they keep telling y'all that. But again,
I think one key thing that she say, it ain't for y'all.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people have problems with shit that's not for them. You know what I mean? It's not meant for you. You're not the target
Mhm.
audience for it. So why is it a problem for you? I don't know.
Yeah, we had a
Do you
real
think
live
men prefer
disconnect. Watch, this is
a
50
natural
second
body or a
video.
BBL? BBL.
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 BBL. BBL.
Do you prefer natural bodies or BBL bodies?
Natural.
Natural. Natural. Natural. Natural.
Natural.
Natural. Natural. Natural.
Do you think men prefer a natural body or a BBL?
That's pretty much how it boils down. Like we in a
Damn.
world where it's completely diametrically opposed to what women think men are versus who men actually are. And if
Right.
and if and if I'm actually being me, it's an argument.
For sure. For sure.
It's interesting times though. Like I can't believe people are just getting so mad at this shit. Like and how much people is talking about it because it's actual porn online that men be watching. Like literal visceral porn and like cooking with Kaya is not porn, bro. It's just a girl cooking. It looked like halfway decent meals, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And she twerked for like 5 seconds. It just like,
It's just some regular shit. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's what it feel
Like
like to
it's
me.
just some regular shit. And they like, nah, she
The
ain't
think
got no.
pieces,
Yeah, she ain't got no 50-inch weights or hits. She ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think it's probably people mad that it's just some simple shit. They're like, nah, you niggas want more than this. This shit ain't gonna make you happy, niggas.
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna tell
don't
you what you
know.
need, nigga.
I can't say a better feeling than my wife cooking me a meal.
Yeah.
I mean, sex is good, but like the quality of life and just general goodness of the relationship is like when she bring me a plate. Like it does something to my spirit. But imagine you being with a girl or a woman and she never cooked for you. That's wild.
Damn.
And then you see cooking
That's
with Kaya, she mad now. Like, why you
that's
watching this bitch?
yeah, cause yeah. That shit hilarious, man. Like
Crazy,
if she ain't doing that, man, that's a roommate, man. That's a friend. You
homie.
know, that's yeah, bro. Like ain't nothing wrong with that, but just stop trying to call something what it's not.
For sure. I want to see what she talking
I'm
about.
patiently waiting for y'all to grasp the fact that this whole cooking with Kaya cooking, it's rage bait. I don't even understand the half the hate that the girl's getting because she didn't do nothing to you. Only girls that are hating on her right now are the girls that don't know how to cook, or the girls that feel intimidated by her, which I don't understand why you would. You don't know can of paint. But I mean, it makes sense. The girl's beautiful. She got some ass, and she's telling you to get in the kitchen and cook for your man before she do. Obviously, it's a joke. It's like her little punchline. You're the one taking it too personally. Literally, the only girls intimidated are, like I said, the ones that can't cook or the ones that have a man that are lusting over her out loud. And in that case, take that up with your man. Maybe what does that have to do with Kaya? What do I know, right? It's not like the girl already come out and say that she didn't mean anything by it. She's just trying to motivate y'all to learn how to cook. Y'all gonna have some kids and a man one day. Get in the kitchen.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, is it the 2000 babies that don't like to cook?
Nah, I think
I don't think so.
just different ones throughout the generations, man.
Yeah, I remember being even in my day, it was some thoughts that didn't even. I remember kicking it with this white girl, and she was cooking like some goddamn chicken tenders from like the bag and box macaroni and cheese, but it looked like school lunch. You feel me?
Hmm.
And she was a millennial,
Hmm.
so I don't know. I'm sure it was hoes in 1960, not knowing shit about cooking. You feel me?
I mean,
Dancing, doing the
it's
electric slide or some shit. You know
Oh,
what I'm
hell
it's
saying?
yeah.
The boogie
it's,
woogie woogie, not
it's
knowing shit about cooking with
I
some
would say it's
fire
like
ass,
half and half
hairy
with
ass
me.
pussy though. Huh?
Nah, I was just saying it's like half and half with me. Like half of the Jones I messed with knew how to cook, the other half didn't. I would say the Johns that wasn't main Johns didn't know how to cook, and that wasn't the reason why they wasn't main Johns. It just felt like that.
I think it's part of the aesthetic of being in a relationship. Somebody cooking you a meal. I think that's just good vibery, good energy.
And
Agreed.
it is cost effective because
Oh
DoorDash get expensive, nigga.
hell yeah!
Grubhub
That's,
and all that shit. That shit is expensive.
yeah, I can't do that shit. I personally, with inflation in 2024, I mean, it was all fun and games for however long, you know what I'm saying. But now you gotta be so mindful about every dollar that you spend because it's not this world will make it real hard for you if you're not mindful with your money. So y'all some real ballers if y'all getting DoorDash in 2025.
For real, for real.
Real ballers.
Like that's like what? $20, $30 just for the delivery, and then whatever you paying for the food. Fuck that, nigga.
Mm.
That's like 3 aces right there, nigga. I'm good.
I think it's with the cooking girl. She I think is it's one of those things where it's like, why wouldn't you want to do the thing that's going that the person that you seeking out likes? You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Why wouldn't you want to learn? You get what I'm saying? What you need in
I
order to, you get what I'm saying? Like, why
Yeah,
would you
I,
just be
I
like,
totally get what you're saying, but
yeah,
I'm going to put some of the onus on this shit on the niggas. Like I can't speak to the women because I'm not a woman, but I'm going to say to the niggas, like if a woman that can cook a decent meal has never been a requirement with any of the bras that you mess with, nigga, you don't get to sit here and act like, oh, cause my girl don't cook, she ain't shit now, right? Like that
for
wasn't a
sure.
that wasn't a requirement that you put forth before y'all got into a relationship. Like you can't, you look on TV and see some shit that you ain't getting, and you like, oh, I might have wanted that. Like what? Like nah. I just, I
So you saying once people start seeing shit, then they start,
Yeah, it's like a little kid in the candy store, right? The kid
yeah,
don't want that shit if he don't see it, but once he see it, yeah, he want that shit.
I want that too. Yeah,
Yeah. So like
yeah.
when you get with a broad, right, and y'all having y'all initial conversations and get up or what have you, and the conversation about food come up, and everything is about ordering out or where you could take her. Nah, you don't get to be mad that she don't know how to cook for you, nigga. You accepted that already. You dig what I'm saying? Like you accepted
Yeah,
that, bro.
yeah.
Like if we putting down standards and preferences and requirements, right? One of my requirements might have to be I need to know that you could cook 5 days a week because we not living that kind of lifestyle. I might need to know that.
But we was talking about this. I don't know if we was live, but we was for sure talking about it. Like if I pursue a woman and I never require her to cook, I'm just taking her out and I'm doing all of this type of stuff. And then I'm watching Cooking with Kaya one day, and I'm like, well, why don't you cook for me? Then I don't absolutely. I feel like you don't have a case to make an argument for what you want out of a woman, And I feel like a lot of men heavily pursue when they see a woman that is either aesthetically pleasing or aligns with a low self worth, and they put forth all of this effort. But when you put forth all of that effort, you can't ask for nothing in return. Because in real sense, she didn't do nothing for you to like her. And another analogy, real quick, is the stray cat analogy. You'll never pick up a stray cat on the street because it's always going to scratch you, give you rabies, and just ruin your day. But if a cat come up to you and offer and want some food, you feed it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And last point is like when you on your purpose and a girl lock in with you, is like what you eating, whatever you cooking. Okay, I'm gonna cook this, that, and the third. Because if a person is cooking, they not just making enough food for one person. That's not even a thing. So if a person is
Hmm.
cooking, they should be able to break bread, especially if they a human being and they cooking every day. Like, come on. But
Mm-hmm.
if you dealing with somebody, you liking somebody, and I say just as last point, these men are so hyper aggressive and wanting vagina that it has caused women to be completely narcissistic because they are completely under the assumption that all a man want from them is sex.
Mm-hmm.
So it create every disposition on the man, and it's like, damn, this society don't know nothing about building with one another at all. It's just very sad.
And to that point, it really hurts your cases when, like you said, if it's never been a requirement and you don't know how to broach that subject or make it a conversation, like you've allowed these women to be partners and be in your life doing the bare minimum. Like the bare minimum is cooking. Like everybody should be able to cook for themselves. But we live in this society where it's just like everything is vagine, everything is wrapped around the vagine, and ultimately the narcissist has been built off of, well, I'm aesthetically pleasing, my vagine stay wet, blah 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 blah, and you just have to accept that because you really want this aesthetically pleasing woman.
That sound like female rappers.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be so dead on into your purpose that your momentum it attracts the right woman to you. Like,
Mhm.
you know, like the wind. The wind moves so fast through the air that it pick up a leaf. You know what I'm saying? Pick up a paper bag. Right? You gotta be moving through the air and just attract somebody that's gonna match your speed. And you cannot approach women. You cannot I sent you something on IG that we was talking about it, and then the girl just proved my point. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But if you're a man, I know it's your nature. They gonna trick you into your nature of approaching women, but approaching women for what? She ain't gonna know how to treat you in return for that.
I
You
was
know
just watching.
rules.
Yeah, I was just watching. I was just watching Abba and Preach, and them niggas was saying the same thing. Nigga Preach said, "Listen, the badder you look, the less I look at you." Like he said, the badder you look, the more I look away. Like, yeah, like I'm not beat. Like he's like, I'm trying to change the algorithm. He's like, I'm trying to put the weight back into the force on the right side. And honestly, it's only funny to me because that's how I operate. Like I see a good looking woman, I'm going the other way, bro. Like I don't want no smoke, like nothing. Nothing. I mean, all the best relationships I had, the woman came to me anyway. So
Yeah,
Mhm. Or they was hella mean.
yeah.
Like
and
the
you're supposed to be with a partner that likes him more than he likes them. Because if you're not, mm,
It was a little clip. I think it was Bishop Don Juan or another nigga like
like
him. Just like
yeah,
you
right.
need to deal with the woman that
Um,
likes you and not the woman that
mm,
you like.
mhm. There's a science to that.
Yeah,
Because the woman that you like is going to use your likeness against you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You gonna get played. You gonna get played. But that's interesting though,
Turn that
because the
light out.
relationship I'm in, she always approached me when we were out to the point where like, I'm out with friends, whatever, at a function or whatever, and she'll pop up like, "Hey," and then she just disappeared. We always laugh about that shit. And then it was one day I'm like, hold up, we got to talk. And then she was like, yeah, that's when I knew you was going slide in the DMs. I don't remember who to talk to who first, but after that we just started talking a lot and shit. We here now. But to
she
your point, a
approached.
lot.
You
She
Yeah,
made
slide.
it easy. She made it easy for you to establish what you was into, and she more or less
yeah,
She,
probably
she
sought
dropped
it
the
out.
handkerchief. She dropped the handkerchief, right? What isn't that how the old courting used to go? Like when a woman was interested, she dropped something in front of you for you to pick it up for her, type
yeah,
shit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It was her.
yeah,
It was her subtle way of letting her know that she was interested in you being interested. And yeah, you can make that first move. Like, yeah, See, I think this all goes back to what we talked about like a year ago when we talked about how the man doesn't have the capacity to withstand seduction.
Yep.
So like the aesthetically pleasing one is also a seductress. Right? She might be a master seductress. She might not know how to do any fucking thing else, but she is A1 terrific in that category.
And I would say like, yeah and no if she ain't saying shit to me, cause then I'm just ruining her day by trying to holler at her. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if she just look good, she just look good. But at a certain point, I'll be the type of nigga that feel like this is just how I always. It might be me being delusional or whatever, but I just think like a bitch should like me way more than I should like her, cause I'm supposed to be ugly. I'm a dude, not ugly, but like I'm not supposed to be beautiful. That's her job to
Hmm.
be beautiful. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I got fucking coal. My granddaddy worked in a coal mine. You know what I'm saying? Like he had 13 kids, and like I'm like him. I'm just very hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just rough around the edges. I can't. That's just me. But at the same time, I feel like a girl that wants somebody like that, she would love me. So I'm not trying to be nothing besides myself. But
Hmm.
as far as like a girl, I feel like she should like me anyways, type shit. Like if she just missing out, type shit. But
Hmm.
I do understand that she should be able to like drop that handkerchief, right? Like make it known, you know what I'm saying, that she wants somebody to talk to her. If she don't do that, then to hell with her ass, man. I ain't thinking
I
about
agree.
it. She keep
Yep,
dropping
I
that
agree.
booty all over the place. I don't care. I don't even
Because
care. I'm not even going to hallucinate. I'm gonna just let it
the,
go.
the,
Yep.
the one you go super hard for never turns out well. Never turns out well. Because like I said, she's going to use that against you.
But it's like I feel like it ain't. I mean, she can use it against you, but it's almost like you saw the surface and you approached it, and that's all you left with. You know what I mean? If you get anything else, worth like depth as far as the personality, you lucky as hell. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
misread the situation, nigga.
Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, man.
You
But
misread
it's
that shit, yo. Like,
I always remember like being growing up in like Brockton, Massachusetts, and it's the Brockton State Fair, and like it hit me one day like it was just a bunch of girls at the fair, and niggas was hollering, and they was kind of irritated, and it felt like Spirit was like, man, these girls just want to come to the fair. They don't want no niggas talking to them, and they just was like going on the ride. So like, I mean, I just always felt cringe. Like even if I'm out in public, I seen this old black nigga talk to this white girl at the damn DSW the other day. I'm all cringe. Like, bro, this white lady is with her granddaughter and her other, like she with her grandson and her daughter. This old ass nigga like, so what you like to do around here? And I'm just like,
oh.
dog, like get your old ass like dog, I hate that. I hate niggas, bro. Like you don't know this old white lady. Like she ain't like this nigga came out the house lonely. Like he was about to get something at the
Damn.
DSW. Like, bro,
Damn.
he's about to get some of the local Piggly Wiggly.
man. Listen, man.
Damn.
I just don't want to be an old nigga trying to figure out how I'm gonna get some motherfucking action. I'm 72.
Yo.
I'm by
Oh, I
myself at 72.
You
yeah,
Oh
definitely don't
no.
God,
want to be an
I'm
old pervert, my
crushed.
nigga. You do
I'm
not
Hell
want to be
no.
an old
crushed.
pervert, my nigga.
Hell, hey.
I'm crushed. I'm about to cry in
Ooh-wee.
front of a bitch. Please take me back. I'm about to be 55 tomorrow. My time is running out. Like, come on. You can only be a dog up until 55. Then you got
Yo,
to
that's
like you got to-
crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-mm-mm.
But do you think women fear that more though?
I mean, I
Vivica
if
Fox
a
looking
woman,
at.
if a woman, I would say like this: if a woman is not married and she get older and she's still not married, then that's kind of on her because when she was 18 to 24, it wasn't like niggas wasn't taking her seriously. She was just playing the field super hard and thought that was gonna last forever. Like, it's no point in a nigga's life where girls is going crazy for him just because he's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Never experienced that. Women can exist at a certain age and be highly desirable. So whether or not they take advantage of that and think about their future in reference to being married and the effort that it takes to have a relationship and all of this type of stuff, like it's very tough to present the the real life challenges to securing a long term partner in real life. You know what I'm saying? In real life, a lot of motherfuckers fail at the subject of succeeding in a relationship because I'm gonna tell you why. Dacks come in amazingly large sizes, and like it's huge dacks out there. And imagine a DAC to be candy. And imagine it to be like a little kid.
Thank you.
And you're going to trap them in a candy store. You're going to tell the kid, you cannot eat none of this candy in here, and I'm going to leave for 24 hours. And I'm not going to give you no food. The kid going to fucking hallucinate so bad, he's going to just start ODing on candy. That's exactly how DAC is for women. So, and don't let them fool you. You know what I'm saying? That's a reality. Like, it's not hard for a woman to get that. I'm telling you, it's just so easy to get.
Okay. I asked AD this question earlier. Not to cut your wisdom, but I gotta ask now because we on that same line. Who's more perverted, men or women?
I mean, as far as sex toys, they got us beat.
They got us beat.
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with my hand. Like I'm cool with my hand. My hand. Like I'm not even thinking about. I don't even need no lube.
Yeah.
I don't need shit. I just need a hand, a strong hand, get me to anywhere I need to be. Now, if I'm dropping 75 to get a net, I feel like at that point I got a real psychological problem and I really need help. If I got multiple toys, if I'm like, I kind of need a case for these.
Yo,
Case?
you
Like,
got
Yeah,
the
nah,
special colors for it?
yeah, I'm sick.
that's
I'm
crazy.
sick. And then like I'm at work and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do the glow in the dark joint when I get home. I'm fucked up. Mentally, I'm fucked. Like if I'm doing that.
Yo.
I remember one time I was kicking it with this girl named Phoenix. I'm hitting it from the back. She pulled something from under her back. She pulled a bag from under her bed and I just heard a buzz. I'm like, yo, you been
Oh
ass.
shit.
Just pulled it out and started activating that shit. And I'm just like, man, you too turned up. Like, I don't even want to do this no more because it's like, I'm not good enough.
Yo.
I'm not good enough for you. You
Talk
know
about
what I'm saying?
read the room, bitch. Like, what
Like,
is you
ass
What
doing?
are you
hurts.
about to do? What did you about to do?
And why was this in your book bag? Like, it was just part of the plan.
Why
But
did
you
you
ain't
have
tell
such
me the
easy
plan.
access to that?
I hated it, bro. I hated it. I
Damn.
hated it. It just made me look at the whole situation differently because she was just more or less like normalized by it because it's just like, you know, in this culture, in this society, it's like, yeah, I got a dildo, so what? Yeah, I got a vibrator, so what? And it's like, That's kind of sick to me.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you told me, yeah, there's some shit that you use, but when you get with a girl, your dick not going to get hard. I'm not fucking with it. Cause the toys, when you get with a dude, I can't vibrate like that. I ain't gonna be. I'm not doing that. So
That shit move too
therefore,
fast.
yeah, I can't move that fast.
I can't
I'm
compete
not that
with
big. I'm not that big, shorty. I'm
I
not
can't
that
compete with a machine, shorty.
This shit not real.
big.
Like you like when my shit goes soft, you can't just put two double A's in there.
Nah. It's just real, man. We gotta actually, but yeah, men, men get the bad rap, but
It's
It's
gotta be the
projection.
answer's gotta be women, bro.
It's projection.
The answer's gotta be women. Because you know what a guy wants. From top to bottom, we already know what guys want. You still don't know what a woman wants.
Right. It ain't hard to make us happy.
Mhm.
We're in 2025, 2024, going to 2025. Niggas still don't know what a woman wants.
I mean, fully unpack it though. They went to elementary school, middle school, high school with you, and they never got taught into understanding their psychology. They full psychology, they full upbringing. Did the girls get to go home when they had periods?
Nope.
They should have. They should have been at home. They still had to sit at. You ever had a girl have a real? She was your friend in class, and then one day she just fucking, yo, ugly ass boy, get the fuck out of
Mhm.
here. She just got real mean to you and shit. She's
Yeah.
probably on
All
her
the time.
period.
All the
Yeah.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we grow up in this society. They shut that part out of women. They shut that part off on women as soon as it happened.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it happened, they probably in school, run down to the nurse, you know what I'm saying, go whisper something to the teacher. We don't know what's going on. We trying to pass a test. But the whole time she's going through all types of shit over there, and nobody is telling her you a goddess. And this is how you're supposed to process your energy.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's trying to compete with you. She's trying to be as strong as you, smart as you, and all of this type of shit. But she's a woman and she's not cultivating this. And so by the time she gets into a relationship, she's not trying to cook for you. She's not trying to do shit for you. She's trying to actually be you. So you got you look at it, and a lot of times a woman is so like, damn, how you do what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times you just gotta be like, yo, what you want to do, and learn to teach her to be a star in her essence and her spirituality. Get her to like really understand her nature, because school fucks them up, bro. It fucks them up big time.
Yeah, that's
Then they go to college. Ugh, damn.
that's the wave we should push in 2025. Women need to start learning. Women need to start staying home when they're on their period.
They need to push for that. They need to push for that.
We have the week off, my nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time, bro. I don't care. You don't gotta come to work. I'm like yo.
Yeah.
Don't come.
And a woman can never possibly ever really be expected to be in her full femininity unless she's had that kind of time and space.
And she's a woman, so she's having it. We can't act like she's not having it.
Yeah.
They all have it. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
You gonna act like it's not happening?
Their femininity comes, a part of their femininity comes from having that part of them, and then everybody just understanding, like, hey, I need this motherfucking space. Otherwise, you gonna meet Lilith, nigga. Like, I need this space.
Cut your
Like,
ass out. And I'm tired, and I just rather be asleep right now.
mm-hmm.
And then you like, all right, can you do these paperwork for me real quick? She like, I don't even know. I feel like it when I get to it. You like, damn, damn, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, we need to dock Teresa because she don't even want to do her work today.
Yeah,
she came in
you
today.
know, and then people say, man, I hate them black bitches at my job. You know what I'm saying? They will say that.
Word.
Yo, I hate my
Word.
supervisor. Yo, she's a bitch. But what if she had a week off because she was pissed off, and did she come back with her energy right? You know what I'm saying? It's just she can't even honor herself in her time because of capitalism, dog. That shit is fucked up.
That's a fact.
Your little girl is in school with a period, and she's got to fucking listen to fucking boys be like, "Yo, Shorty's ass fat, yo, I like Shorty over there." Like, bro,
Yeah,
fuck
right.
that, bro.
And be super embarrassed if she have a leak in this shit.
Yeah, she
Super
wearing some
embarrassed.
shit. She wearing some shit. She like, dog, I'm gonna be so cute today. Da 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 da. And then everybody like, look at like, and all of the girls experience the same thing. And we just as a culture just can't be like, yo, women have periods every 28 days, and they probably need some time to themselves, and it's okay because it makes everything be in more deep of alignment because even in ancient history and cultures they had these rooms for women, not to condemn them, because that's just what they needed. They need that alone time, they needed that rest and relaxation. They probably was fucking squeezing cow tits for fucking 28 days, they hand to sword, they just need to relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's biology. And you
That's
mean to tell me
biology, bro.
motherfuckers is just, we live in a fucking modern society and these women is working shoulder to shoulder with men. And like, did you have a period? Don't talk about that. That's my personal business. Like, I get it's your personal business, but at the same time, how can we honor you during this time? Like, how can we give you what you need during this time? I think you should demand that. Like, if I was a woman, bro, I would have been everywhere I go, bitch. Motherfuckers know it. I'm damn near wearing a sign. I'm on my period. Don't fuck with me.
Mm-hmm. I think that shit should be, especially for the new generational boss girl. That should be in every single one of y'all contracts, especially in corporate America.
Facts. If I'm signing a contract, I
Yeah,
need 4 days off a month.
yeah.
Paid. I can't help this.
That shit
Or
is
if you're not,
biological,
or
like
if
you
you're not
said.
gonna pay me, you can't hold it against me. When I
That's a
take,
fact.
I got 4 days off that you can't hold against me because my fucking estrogen levels is fucking low during my period, and my testosterone is low, and really I need to recharge. So if you want the best employee, you gonna give me these 4 days off. I might take 2 days, I might take 3 days, I might take one day, but nigga, I need that flexibility every month when I'm on my menstrual. If you
Mm-hmm.
want me as a talent, you gonna sign off on this. And if you're not signing off, I'm gonna take my talent elsewhere.
That's a fact.
I swear to God, because I swear, I hope in the next 2 years, niggas is just normal practice in America that every woman is getting at least 4 days off a month for a cycle.
It's also education for every nigga that has a woman
A daughter.
or daughter. You know, it's like those are probably the days that you argue with your woman the most.
Cause you treating her regular. You treating her regular, and it's a time where she just listen. I'm gonna tell you why your woman is gonna be mad at you when she's on her period because she want to have a baby.
Super facts.
Not mentally, consciously, biologically.
Mm-hmm. Her body is telling her it's time for a child. Yeah, that's how that works.
So her energy towards you is going to be on the negative.
And it
If you
really
don't realize that and know that, you're gonna be ready to argue. Y'all gonna be at odds. You're gonna feel a certain type of way.
mm-hmm. And I feel like wholeheartedly, big bro, part a huge part as to why men and women have the issues they have right now is because both sides don't understand that part. Both sides. The woman was never taught necessarily to honor that part of her, and the man couldn't possibly mentally understand the veracity of what's going on with her emotionally, hormonally, physically. You just think she got a bad attitude. And I think if men understood that and helped create the space for the woman that don't understand that as well, a lot of relationships probably would be a lot better, a lot different, bro.
Speaking
I
from
mean, what
experience,
is the
like
system? What is the
you,
system?
but speaking from experience, if you do that serpent, you can step into the place of what I would call relationship shadow work.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could really have those fucking conversations
Mm-hmm.
where it's like y'all can go to the edges. Well, maybe this won't work for us. To all the way to, well, shit, we should get this type of house, move here, move there. Like the depths of y'all conversations will be a lot more fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
And also for me, I know when it's happening, you know, in my house, and I get out the way. I get out the way. You know, is as a man, there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you know about that. You know, all you could do is just get out the way. You know what I mean? I mean, that might be a day to order DoorDash.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
definitely a
mean? That's a
DoorDash week.
day.
That's a
You know what I
DoorDash week.
mean?
Unless you a cook.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
it, unless, yeah, unless, but like, yeah, all you can do is just get out the way.
Just
You need
support, bro.
anything? All right.
Yeah.
What else? Okay. And
I
that's
used
that.
to tell my BM just stay in the bed, bro. And I just check on her every 15, 20 minutes type shit. Yeah, but it's hard because we live in a society now that doesn't honor that and never has. And it's only gotten
Yeah.
further and further away, you know?
But they've been tricked to not honoring it at all either.
But I think also men view it as a stain.
What?
Like I think men view a woman's period as like a stain. Like it's another thing he has to deal with type shit.
I mean, I guess you can look at things multi-layered, but it's like you gotta also understand that that's the blood that you needed to become who you are today.
Absolutely.
That's the blood of life. That's life
That's the life.
creation.
Yep.
That's
That's
You know what
creation,
life.
I'm
bro.
saying? So it's
That's that
like,
primordial shit right there, bro.
so if
Yeah.
your girl, if you busted nuts in your girl, or your girl's like nasty through them 28 days, and you hitting some period, you getting all of that. I remember I was at a call center, and this girl's like, she was talking about having sex on her period. She was like, "You want to have sex with it?" She was just being random. She was like, "So you going to just have sex with all these old niggas that I fucked this month? All that old cum? You don't even care about that shit." And I'm just like, ugh, this chick's nasty. But it's like, then I learned about tantra, mantak chia, and like, sperm retention and things of that nature. To whereas like that period blood can be very healthy if what I'm saying, you don't be putting yourself in them type of positions with your girl.
As long as
And
it don't
like,
go through the urethra, nigga, I'm running red lights.
I mean, you could do a lot with it. You could drink it. You could just treat it like it's a good. Aleister Crowley put it in his cake. He used to make cake with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good for magic. You like listen to Brother Panic, what he talk about. Like, this
Yeah,
is
spaghetti.
basic. This is
Spaghetti.
basic magic, fundamental stuff. Mixing the sperm with the period blood and doing magic with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But if it's nasty and gross to you, then it's like, so is life. You know
So is life.
what I'm saying? As like, you gotta really utilize these essences and magical practices.
Mm-hmm. All that shit is primordial, bro.
Yeah, for sure. It's the shit that niggas be studying in laboratories. You feel me?
They still trying to figure that shit out, bro.
So what y'all on, man? We gonna call it a night for this one, and then figure out what we gonna do on the flip side.
Yes, sir. I'll hit y'all. I'll hit you in the morning.
Okay, okay. Any closing thoughts? Any shout outs?
Yeah, man. Shout out White Rabbit site.com. Shout out ColumbianExchange.com. Shout out FlameOnShop.com. Shout out Journey to the Being. Shout out my big bro's Moon Book that should be here real soon. Shout it all out. Shout out there, Ascended Master. I know we talked his head off over there. He dozed off and dozed back. That Zod coming back in full swing with him. But yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all brothers up in the morning because I want to probably possibly do a TikTok live if y'all up for it.
I just hit
Been
it.
doing these,
It'll
been
be
doing
slow
these
at
live
work this
readings
week,
on
so
been doing these live readings on TikTok, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We would like to build it up too, but we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. I know the vibes with me, whiterabbitsite.com. Save 25% off. Today, tomorrow, and we back to the work week. Got them Christmas boxes, so check that out. Check out whiterabbitsite.com. Check out the deals we got going on, and wait until she dropped the handkerchief, fellas. Don't just be shooting your shot.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Man, make sure y'all like the video. If y'all like it, share the video to those who might find it interesting. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Jabri, any closing words before we get up out of here?
just good night, man.
Yes,
Yeah, it
sir.
was a long one. We put in a long one today.
Type shit. All right, man. See y'all later, man.